Today we are going to talk about Pride Month. What is Pride Month? LGBT Pride Month is a month, typically June, dedicated to celebration and commemoration of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT, Pride. Pride Month began after the Stonewall Riots, a series of gay liberation protests in 1969, and has since spread outside of the United States. Modern-day Pride Month both honors the movement for LGBT rights and celebrates LGBT culture. History, origins. The concept of Pride Month began with the Stonewall Riots, a series of riots for gay liberation that took place over several days, beginning on June 28, 1969. The riots began after a police raid at the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar located within Lower Manhattan in New York City. Activists Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and Storm DeLavery are credited for inciting the riots, though Johnson disputes her involvement. The year after the riots, the first Pride marches were held in several U.S. cities. The march in New York City aimed to celebrate the Christopher Street Liberation Day, alongside parallel marches across the U.S., is considered to be a watershed moment for LGBT rights. Fred Sargent, an organizer of some of the first marches, said that the goal was to commemorate the Stonewall Riots and further push for liberation. He noted that while the first marches were more akin to a protest than a celebration, it helped to remind people of LGBT communities and how they may include one's family and friends. However, transgender women and people of color were noted to have been excluded or silenced during the early marches, despite the initial riots largely consisting of them. History, spread and celebration. Following the Stonewall Riots and the first Pride marches, the number of LGBT groups rapidly increased, and the Pride movement spread across the United States after a few years. As of 2020, most Pride celebrations in major urban areas around the world are held in June, although some cities hold them at different times of the year partially because of the weather in June being suboptimal for such events there. History, recognition. In June 1999, U.S. President Bill Clinton declared the anniversary of the Stonewall Riots every June in America as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. In 2011, President Barack Obama expanded the officially recognized Pride Month to include the whole of the LGBT community. In 2017, however, Donald Trump declined to continue the federal recognition of Pride Month in the United States, though he later recognized it in 2019 in a tweet later used as a presidential proclamation. After taking office in 2021, Joe Biden recognized Pride Month and vowed to push for LGBT rights in the United States, despite previously voting against same-sex marriage and school education of LGBT topics in the Senate. In addition, Pride Month is often observed in several LGBT-affirming religious congregations.